Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay, so this week's recap. I'm going to talk a lot about my sleep apnea and about the test that I did and what happened with it. I have some really cool pictures. I call them glamour shots. Very charming. So, we'll get to that. So, I wanted to kind of give you a rundown of what sleep apnea is, and I'm going to be reading from the mayoclinic.org website, just so I can make sure that I don't misquote anything and what sleep apnea is. So actually, there's 3 types of sleep apnea. I didn't know a lot of these things, so this is very fun. So, from the mayoclinic.org website, there's 3 different types of sleep apnea. The first is obstructive sleep apnea, and what is a more common sleep apnea forms, and it's when the throat muscles relax, and so you're not able to breathe because your throat muscles are relaxing too much. There is a central sleep apnea, which the brain doesn't send proper signals to the muscles that control the breathing. And then there's a complex sleep apnea syndrome, and that is which someone has both obstructive and central sleep apnea. So there's the 3 types of sleep apnea that someone can have. The symptoms for sleep apnea is loud snoring, episodes when you stop breathing during your sleep, which are reported by another person, gasping for air during the sleep, awakening with dry mouth, morning headache, difficulty staying asleep, which is insomnia, excessive daytime sleepiness, and difficulty paying attention while awake, and irritability. Yeah, I've got several of those. So, so you don't sleep. Okay, so what? The complications that arises with having sleep apnea, daytime fatigue, high blood pressure or heart problems, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndromes, complication with medicine and surgery, liver problems, and then the worst part, I think, a lot of them, on a daily basis is, it says, quote, I'm telling you, I'm not kidding this, sleep-deprived partners. In other words, the other people have to live with you have to suffer as well. I thought that was kind of cute. So anyway, I've had family members that snore like a plate tree. And so it's, kind of, so they often have to sleep in different room or different floors. So that is kind of a rundown of sleep apnea and what you can expect from it and what can you, kind of glean from these. So with my own personal experience, I do wake up exhausted, and it's every day. And I think I've described before that it's either a functional tired or a non-functional tired, and that's my 2 speeds. I only sleep like 3, 4, maybe 5 hours a night. If I'm really lucky, it's 6, but I get really poor sleep, and that I'm spiking a lot. I know from my personal experience, it has really played a lot in a lot of different things. My depression, my anxiety, it does really affect it, I believe. As well as there's times that I'm scared to go to sleep because I'm afraid that I won't wake up. So, I mean, it all plays in. So, anyway, so I finally went and got my sleep apnea test. I went to a center. It was an amazing experience. I was a little nervous before, but so I'm going to kind of show you some pictures of what happened. So you get put in a room. They hook you up 2 monitors, you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and then you go home. Basically, that's what it is. And then they will, determine if you have sleep apnea or not. That's from the test they do. So let me go ahead and show you some pictures and what happened, and then we will talk on the other side. Hello. Okay. I am getting ready to go do my sleep apnea test. It's finally going to happen this time. I'm excited to get some answers. I'm a little nervous and a little, I don't know how it's going to be, so stay tuned. And here we go. I'm going to go, and then I'll take pictures and stuff of what happens and give you updates. Hello. I'm exhausted. As you can tell, I just got back from my sleep apnea test. It was really interesting. A lot of neat stuff that came out of it. But I did not sleep, and a lot of very interesting, a lot of interesting things. So, but they got the data that they needed, and yes, I have pretty bad sleep apnea, which I kind of figured that it was, I had sleep apnea, but I just didn't know how bad it was. And they said it was full blown at one point, full blown not breathing for 2 minutes. That's a little scary to me. That's a little scary. So, but I really didn't sleep well at all. I'm grateful that they got data that they needed, but I'm really tired, and I'm going to go take a nap and probably sleep all day. So I know it's Wednesday, and I feel bad about the Wednesday blog, and I was trying to get it done yesterday. But it's a pretty labor intensive, and it's a really cool blog, and I wanted to do it justice. So that is why I've chosen to postpone it until next week. So thank you guys so much for understanding. It is a really, really labor intensive blog that I wanted to make sure that I did right by it. So it's a really cool one. Anyway, so I'm going back to bed. And I will, my hair's all a mess and ugly, and they put all sorts of, you can see the picture, they put all sorts of leads on my face and on my head and on my legs and on my chest. And so everything has got Vaseline on it, and, oily and, kind of gross. But anyway, love you guys, and I will talk to you again later. So, yes, as you can tell, my room was very nice. It was just like a bedroom, regular bed, nightstand, and it was very comfortable. The tech was really, really nice, very, very kind. They so first of all, they have this Vaseline stuff, and then they put the Vaseline on the probes, and then they put the probes all over. As you could tell, it was multiple on my face. I had quite a few on my head, and then on my neck, I have 2 on my chest, and these band kind of things around, one on the top of my chest and one on the other under, on my stomach, kind of upper stomach area. And then I have 2 probes on my legs. So, and then I also had a pulse O2 monitor on my finger. So they put the Vaseline on the probes, and then they taped the probes on my face and on my body. So that's so they won't fall off during the night. So they really make sure. So yes, I had probes all over me. And a pulse ox on my finger, and then the nose, it was this metal, because it was a little bit sharp, and if I didn't kind of did it a little bit, centered it or mounted it in a perfect way, then it poked me. And so, and I had two, actually, a metal probe and then a plastic, kind of thing. So that was, and it was, if you just learned to lay still and, be quiet and try to sleep, then it was okay. But you kind of had a little bit adjusting to get there. So, and the other thing they did, so they hook you up, and then they have you go to sleep, and then they calibrate, so they know to monitor, and they had cameras everywhere in that room, and then they had a baby monitor, so I could just talk like normal, and they heard me about what I needed. Is it okay if I lay or to roll over by myself? Do you need to monitor me while I do that? I need to get up and go to the bathroom. Just kind of talk to them normal, and I could hear you. It was really cool. And I'm telling you, they saw everything. So then they calibrated me when I got into bed. They said, okay, so do little things like grit your teeth, open your eyes, look up and down, wiggle your toes. So the why they had the monitors on your feet is on your legs, because did you know that when you fall asleep or when you're asleep, you wiggle your toes, you wiggle your feet or your legs. So they monitor on your legs. So that was kind of cool. They calibrated me, make sure that, and they rapid eye movement. Wanted to monitor that, just to monitor everything that you were doing, brain waves, you name it, they monitored everything. But it was that if they weren't just so nice, then it would be awkward. But they were just so incredibly nice. She was so wonderful. So then they did that, and then I had to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, so they had to come and unplug me and, kind of put that big, the lady behind in the picture with the, the plate, that was all the probes that were actually in me, and it was stuck on that plate thing. So they had to put that around me, and then I went trooping off to the bathroom. I came back, and they put me back into bed, and I was really hot, so I kicked off all the blankets off the bed so I can actually sleep a little bit more. And she said that it was, my pulse ox dipped down to 70%, which was very concerning, and I have obstructive sleep apnea. They actually even told me that it was where it was at. To mine, it was soft palate and on the back is where my obstructiveness is happening. So, and then as well as I'm full blown having 2 minutes episodes during the night, several. And also, did you know that when you have sleep apnea, it's REM sleep that actually is where you have the most apnea. Anyway, very fascinating stuff. So what's next is the tests will go into my general practitioner, and then I have to wait to see what he wants to do. Either wants me to go to a pulmonologist, if he wants to handle it himself. I am not sure exactly of what he wants to do. So I now wait for the test results to get sent to my general practitioner. And then after that, a lot of times they do send you over to a pulmonologist. And then they will fit you with a CPAP machine. If your insurance does handle it, there is several things that you can do with the machine types, either with a nose, or there's even a retainer kind of a device you can put in your mouth, and then it will push your mouth forward so you don't breathe, that you don't obstruct during the night. So there's different options, or else the mask. I will probably have to go to the mask because I have nasal crowding and I have a nose problem, so I will probably have to go to the mask. So That is next, and then sometimes as well, and there was actually a lady that was in the sleep center that night that they calibrate. Sometimes they calibrate the machine, so another sleep overnight to do another wires, as well as sleeping with the CPAP machine to try to calibrate to make sure that the oxygen flow is correct for you and what you need. So that might also be a solution or a possibility as well. So I don't know what's happening, and as well as if I go to the pulmonologist, they might have to do more tests as well. So I know this is a long video today. I hope this is very informative, and if you do feel like you have sleep apnea, please, please, please go to your doctor and see if we can't get this fixed, because let me tell you, it's hard. When I'm not, it's to me, and my experiences, it's 3 to 4 hours a night, and that is not even good sleep. Was also, and I will also put this in the picture, and I'll actually put it down below here. So let me tell you, I have a Fitbit, and it monitors my sleep. And they said that actually these are a little bit quite accurate. So my concern is that the Fitbit on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and it was the readout of my oxygen levels. I will link the picture here. And then you can tell that the variants were not as bad. And they monitored that. They said that I really had bad sleep apnea. So the night after, and which was Thursday night or Friday morning, when I monitored it, when I was home the day after, I was exhausted and tired, and so I had 6 hours of sleep the next night, but the oxygen levels spiked really, really bad the night after. So, and I will show you the picture here. So my concern is that the apnea is actually worse than the test show. So that is a little bit of a scary point for me right now, is that I really need to get this fixed. Let's just get this done. So there's my sleep apnea. I am excited to have answers. I am excited that I went and got it done. I'm grateful I went and got it done at the center, because I would not have been able to probe me that much if it was an at-home study, and that is also a possibility to have at-home studies. So I know this is a long video. I hope this was very informative. Thank you all so very much. I'm excited, and we can finally get on the proper road to health. If my body is not getting the restorative sleep, then I'm just spinning my wheels. So I'm excited. I'm excited for, yes, I'm tired, and yes, I look like I'm tired all the time. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. But I am, we're going to get through this. It's going to be fine. So thank you so very much. Don't forget, oh, yeah, we're getting cat bombed again. Don't forget to click and subscribe. I appreciate everybody. And have a great weekend. And always don't forget, love yourself and love others. Love always wins. Have a good weekend, you guys.